Okay, video number 9. I believe anyway. I think I'm losing count. Basically, everything's back together. I got the pull start in there. I gave it a little pull. It's nothing's jamming up or anything. Get everything snug. I'm gonna put back on. I think I called earlier. I called this the brake pedal. Obviously, it's not. Brake pedal's on the other side. That's the gear select. So I'm gonna put that back on. Nothing fancy. It's got some splines in there, so it'll only line up one way. Well, it'll line up a lot of different ways, but you got to have the splines lined up. Basically, you want it horizontal. So you're going to line those teeth up until that's just like that. So it's in line with the pedal for when you're shifting. It's got a nut down here, and it's split. When you take this off, when you loosen this up to take it off, you might have to sometimes stick a screwdriver in between there and hit it a couple times with a hammer carefully to spread it out. Kind of just the opposite when you're putting it in. You take the hammer and tap it in. You want it flush. Got to put you down here for a second so I can use 2 hands. So I'm just going to take a screwdriver and tap this guy in. Oop. Right there. Maybe a little bit more than flush. And then that's it. Then take your 10mm wrench and tighten up on the bottom there, and that'll cinch right up. I also want to show you real quick, I told you earlier I would show you what kind of puller I use to pull that magneto setup off. So, might as well show you that now real quick before I try to start this thing. Hoping I have spark after all that. So this is the puller. It's a small one actually. I don't know if you could tell in the video how small it is, but I don't have very big hands, but compared to the size of my hand. But the key is these jaws right here have to be pretty small. I had a bigger one and it wouldn't fit in there, but basically you put these jaws inside the holes on the magneto, or the openings on the magneto, and then you just take this guy right here, you put a ratchet on it, and you put this point on the inside of the shaft. It's actually got a point which will go into the hole in the shaft, so you won't damage the shaft. And you just tighten this up, and eventually it'll get really snug. And when I did it, all of a sudden it went pop, and the magneto pretty much popped right off and actually fell on the ground. So more than likely you'll need one of those if you're going to take it off. And like I said, I don't think they're very expensive. And if not, see if your local parts store has one for you to borrow. You know, something you only need every once in a blue moon. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten up that shift lever. And then I'm going to see if we got spark. So I will be back.